Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Hoan Zone, where you are going to be exposed to things that will change your life. I am Hoan, and today we are going to be talking about what is the Hoan Zone. Well, what is this? So it is going to be a website. It's going to be a YouTube channel. It's going to be, I don't know, a portal, right? It's going to be a portal where you, as the viewer, will be exposed to things that usually you don't get privy information to. What do I mean by that? So behind closed doors, there's a lot of people who are doing business deals, and there's things that they talk about. And when I learned about them, I thought it was fascinating, and I've been able to take these ideas and apply them to my own life, make more money, save more taxes, and create the life that I actually want. Now, before I go further into that, before we dive deeper into the numbers and things like that, let's talk about that little concept that I just said. Create the life you actually want. Have you noticed that often we don't live the life that we want? We are living the life that we were told to want, right? Or we are living the life that somebody else wants for us, okay? So sometimes, and I posted an SUV, and the SUV it was lifted, big springs, big tires, all that kind of stuff. And I said, it's not an Italian sports car, but I think it's more my style. And the reason I posted that really was to give people permission that it's okay to not necessarily want what everybody else makes you want to want. It's like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini is the status symbol of you made it, right? But like an SUV, a lifted SUV that you drive off-road and all that, that doesn't necessarily screams like success. But for me, that's what I want, right? So in my life, that's what I want. And in my life, I want the things that I want. I don't want the things that other people make me feel like I should want. Right? Did you guys catch that? There are things that you feel like you should want, but you might not actually want those things, right? So for me, those Italian sports cars, they're awesome. They look great. Like, don't get me wrong. They look great, but I don't necessarily want that. Like, I can imagine, like, my life. What does my life consist of? I drive to Whole Foods, right? And I buy groceries, like, to be honest. And taking a Ferrari to Whole Foods, I don't know. I guess you can do it, right? But there are speed bumps, and there are potholes, and they're just, like, a bunch of crazy people all over the place. I don't know if a Ferrari is necessarily my speed, but in the Hoan Zone, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make more money, create additional streams of income, save money on taxes, and then create the life that you actually want. So if you want the Ferrari, if you want the Lamborghini, then get it. But I just want you to want what you want, not what somebody else makes you feel like you should want. The other thing that we got to avoid is living a life that somebody else wants for us, okay? So this is usually where your parents come in. They want you to be a successful doctor or lawyer or engineer or you name it, right? Whatever. And maybe you go get your degree in whatever that is, but you didn't want that, right? And then every single day that you go there, you just feel like you don't belong. Have you ever felt that you just don't belong? That's the thing. That's the thing that I want you guys to avoid as well, because you get one shot at this, right? This is your life. And if you spend too much time living a life that you don't actually want, you have less time to live the life you actually do want. So we got to make sure that we get you living the life that you want. And that's everything. That is the whole thing about life, right? It's just to make sure that you live the life that you want. Now, how do you do that? Well, you got to afford it, right? Number one, you have to afford life. Now, money's not everything, okay? Money's not everything, but I want you guys to think about, why is money so prevalent and so like front of mind in every conversation? It's because it pays for everything, right? The fact that you're watching me right now, either on a smartphone or a tablet or a laptop, whatever it is, you're watching me, and that required money. And the internet connection required money, and everything else requires money. It all requires money. Before we had money, all we did was grow food and trade rocks or other food, and it was all about food. We've gone past that. It used to be that you would spend 90% of your waking hours or 80% of your waking hours just farming for food or hunting for food. We are no longer there. So we have all this extra time to do a whole bunch of other things. So then we gather money because we know we need that for our food, but then our lives have become more complex, and so now we need money for a whole bunch of other things. So it's no different than it was before. It used to be we spent all of our time farming and hunting. Now we spend all of our time making money so that we can afford our life. Nothing has changed. It's just the medium changed. So I'm going to show you guys how to create more money or spend less in taxes, which equals just more money in your pocket so that you can go do more things. And again, create the life you want. That is super important. I just keep on going back to that. I just keep on pounding that in. The life that you want, because there is things that people make you feel like you want, and then there are things that you actually want. So we got to get crystal clear. And for a long time, it's just been beat into our heads the things that we should want, right? Should want. And then we forget to dream. We forget how to dream. So let's do a quick conversation real quick. Let me see. Is this working? Here we go. All right. So I'm going to play a little snippet of this class, and I want you guys to hear about tax deductions because I think it's fascinating. I'm going to speed it up as we go along. Right now it's set at 1. You guys can see the little speed 1, but I'm going to make it go faster so that we can get more content in. But I just want your brains to start thinking based on this conversation.
Now, this is a good one. So the first thing I want all of you to realize, there really is no list at the IRS of what there is as a write-off. And a couple of people came up a break and said, Mark, I'm making money. I just need to get all the write-offs done. So think about the phases we've been through. One, we're getting our structure going. We're our business plan, our strat plan, our board. We're tracking expenses. We're doing our bookkeeping. We've got our structure, sole prop LLC S Corp. Now I need write-offs, Mark. What do? Code section 61 of the Internal Revenue Code. Any expense incurred in the production of income is a write-off. If you had to pay for it to go get that earned income, you get a write-off. Here in Utah, a good example is the ski resorts. Deer Valley has a lot of real estate for sale on the resort property. So while you're skiing, you can go look at property for sale. So a lot of the realtors have a pass, and there's a special line for realtors. So you can take your clients and go look at property while you're skiing. Now, entertainment expense is no longer a write-off. So I can't write off my ski pass when I go talk with my partner or employees or a client. I used to be able to do that. Oh, love that write-off. But now, the only people that can write off a ski pass are the people that are using the ski pass to make money. So if I'm a realtor showing property, my ski pass is a write-off. If I'm a realtor with property management and I manage cabins up there and I have a snowmobile, I can write off the snowmobile to check on my rentals. If I have a four-wheeler with a shovel on the front and I scrape the snow off the road in front of my rental, I can write off my four-wheeler. If I have a drone and I need to take pictures of my properties before I sell them, I can write off my drone.
You guys see that? Did you guys hear all that he just went over, right? I think that's super fascinating. What do I find super fascinating about it? Well, the fact that is you could get all of those things that you want, like whatever, like he was saying, the snowmobile and what else did he say? The four-wheeler, right? The four-wheeler. If you're a real estate agent and you need to show properties on the mountain, if you're a skier, then great, get the lift. So you can write all of that kind of stuff off. You see how you can get the stuff that you want and have it as a business write-off if you know that you can do such things, but you also need to know how to do those things. So what you just watched there, that's Mark Kohler. He's a CPA. He does this for people day in and day out. Now, could you possibly do it yourself? Sure, but it's better to hire professionals. But I just wanted to show you guys that, because I don't necessarily want you going out to buy a snowmobile, maybe if that's your business, but I just wanted you guys to see the possibility. So what else can you do? How else can you apply that thinking to your life so that you have more life? How do you apply it to your life so that you enjoy your life more and don't have to make more money, right? You don't have to work harder, and you get to have the life that you want, right? We keep going back. You get to have the life that you want. So what is the Hoan Zone? Ultimately, what is the Hoan Zone? It's a place where you come to be exposed to crazy and incredible financial strategies so that you can create an incredible life that you actually want. How am I going to accomplish that? Well, I'm going to show you different things like that, and we're going to be discussing the strategies in depth right? I'm going to also interview some of the top industry professionals so that you can hear their take on things. I am also going to do book reviews so that you guys can get the Cliff Notes, right? The Cliff Notes versions of a book, and then it's almost like book club with me, right? So we're going to do book reviews. And then what was the last thing that I was going to do? Well, I was just going to introduce you guys to a whole bunch of ideas that you may not have ever heard of, and then show you how to actually apply it to your life. So if any of that is interesting to you, stay connected. You can follow me at Hoan Zone on Instagram, Hoan, Hoan, Zone, Zone, Hoan Zone on Instagram. And I will catch you in the next episode. All right, guys. See you later. Peace.